And government can no longer afford to roll out billions of dollars in subsidies to delinquent state enterprises who fail to pay their respective taxes to the state. The worrying revelation came from the Finance Minister Com Imber during Monday's budget presentation as he named companies such as Petrotrin among the culprits. But how does this naming and shaming filter down to the everyday citizen? Janine Brown tells us in this report.
Petrotrin, which produces almost 60% of our country's oil, does not pay its taxes and royalties to the state.
This failure to pay is being described by the Finance Minister as a ridiculous and highly irresponsible state of affairs. He said that this failure is dangerous as it perpetuates a false reality for the company.
In this year alone, Petrotrin should have, by law, paid 600 million in royalties to the state for the millions of barrels of the country's oil that it extracted from land and marine sources for use in its refinery. However, Petrotrin only paid 200 million in royalties, a shortfall of 400 million, which has contributed to the 2017 budget deficit.
But there's more. The state-owned energy company isn't the only offender.
The Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission does not pay the NGC for the gas that is used to generate electricity, although it is contractually obligated to do so. What is worse is that NGC has to pay the upstream producers such as BPTT for the gas, with a consequent loss of cash flow to NGC in the order of $750 million per year.
TNTech has now racked up a bill to the National Gas Company in the sum of $4 billion. And the Water and Sewage Authority, WASA, even with receiving subsidies of over $2 billion annually, was also named as one of the tax-delinquent state enterprises. It's this kind of scenario that prompted Minister Imber's questioning of whether the state should continue paying these millions in subsidies.
Should we continue to subsidize WASA and TNTech to the tune of $3 billion plus a year? And should we continue to allow Petrotrin to avoid paying hundreds of millions per year in royalties and taxes? Or should we use this money to create jobs, to stimulate economic growth, and to assist the poor and vulnerable? We believe the answer is clear. We must all adjust.
How that question is answered in the future, citizens will have to wait to see. Janine Brown, C News.